Good morning. Hi there. Today we are harvesting our fruits, and we are currently at our Tumaini orchards. So in my previous video I had indicated that whenever we harvest the fruits, we come place them on this table where the grading takes place. So down here, these are the graded ones. And when we talk of the graded fruits, it's about the size. So the fruits that don't have scars, marks and stuff, the ones that are usually separated from the ones that would be called rejects, for lack of a better term. But today I want to continue the conversation about hailstones, and here is a good example of how hailstones can really destroy your fruits. You see those marks, right? Recently we experienced some hailstones, and if you look closely, you can see those marks were inflicted by the heavier than normal hailstones that came. You may not be able to see clearly the effects, but if you take a closer look, you will notice some black marks. These ones here, those ones here, right? And those marks are caused by those hailstones. So these fruits were seriously affected a year back. No, I think around 8 months ago, when we had experienced heavier than normal rains, but they had recovered. And what I mean by recovering, it means that all those affected fruits, had been harvested, and we had fruits that didn't have marks on our trees. But when the rains again started this year, just recently we had one heavier than normal rains accompanied by hailstones, and again the fruits that we thought we would hit the market without many issues again were affected. But they're not so much affected. They are still sellable. And one other thing that you also notice is that our fruits are very red. And in my previous videos, people have asked you, how comes your fruits are able to achieve that red color? One, it's because we don't hurry them up. If you go to the markets, you'll find some green fruits. And what happens is that if you speak to many people, if you have conversations about tree tomatoes and why especially children don't like them, one of the reasons that they keep on citing is that they're usually bitter. Tree tomato, unlike avocados, if you want to enjoy this fruit, allow it to ripen on the tree. There is nothing like harvesting them and allowing them to ripen on the shelves. No, that doesn't happen. If this fruit does not ripen on the tree, expect it to be bitter. So I want to take you to the orchard where we are currently harvesting, and you're going to see our team harvesting. Thank you. So here is a section that we are currently harvesting, and as you can see, the fruits are very red. So we were late to harvest them, say with 3 days, but nothing to worry about. You also notice that because we've had an extended dry period, we don't have as many fruits as we usually have in the past. When the rains stabilize, we we expect a bumper harvest. But for now, I think we are contented with what we have. And in this small section, as you can see, only these red ones, we only remove these, or rather we only harvest these red ones. So the rest are left to ripen. So as a fruit picker, your job is very easy. It's just pick the one that is red, right? Fully red. And what you usually do is that when you're harvesting, like this one here, you pick and ensure that this tip here at the end is left intact. So yeah, that's our fruit. Not quite a grade 1, but we are happy with the size. Given the challenges that we've been facing here, our wells dried up. So on this small section, we've not been irrigating them. So I'd say, in a scale of 1 to 5, we are doing very well. But of course, there is room for improvement. So these trees that I'm showing you here, we've been harvesting them since, I remember the date very well. We've been harvesting them since June 30th of 2019. And we have religiously harvested these fruits every 3 weeks without fail, right? And the secret is, if you have enough water, then you are assured of a continued harvest. And the opposite is true. I don't need to remind you that you can grow these fruits without water. And it's also proving hard to grow them using rain-fed, or rather depending entirely on the rains. So these are only 440 trees. We've been harvesting these fruits for a while now. You can do the maths. And on the ground here, you will notice that there are some trenches. These trenches are meant to, they're the ones that we use to fertilize our trees. So on the ground there looks like boxes. Yes, so we are planning to apply a fresh or rather we are planning to apply, to top dress them with well decomposed manure. And like I've said before, this tree has grown big in size, so, and the roots have spread. So if you take a closer look, there is a trunk, but you can see the root hairs here. So these root hairs will form a network. So instead of putting the manure close to the stem, we move a few meters, and this tree plus this tree, we expect the root hairs to converge in the middle here, right? So that's how we end up with these boxes. And I want to repeat this again. When you are top dressing with manure, do not put manure next to the stem. That's an exercise in futility. The root hairs, the tree feeds using root hairs, and the root hairs are, for you to know where the root hairs are, you just need to look at the canopy of the tree, and you'll be able to approximate where the canopy reaches on the ground. You see these root hairs here, right? So you stay away from applying at the base of the tree, because this tree has grown. On the ground here you can also see quite fruits that, because we were late to harvest them. So whenever there are strong winds and stuff, we just allow them to rot, and the recycling of nutrients happens. So some can still be collected, they are sellable, but if you don't collect them on time, then I can assure you that rotting has already taken place. So we'll be applying manure, like I've said, on these trenches. See, they look like boxes. And we also do manage the weed here. It's not 100%. We had just removed a few days ago, but because the rain started, then it's a continuous process. Weeding is a continuous process. Then, of course, we also plan to do some bit of pruning because of the extended dry season. These branches, you have to keep on removing these dry branches. So, see, this one has dried completely. It's not dieback, but this tree is also aging. So pruning is also something that we'll be doing. We have been waiting for the rains are yet to stabilize. So once the rains set in properly, then we can be able to prune. And like I mentioned in my earlier video, whenever you prune a tree, ensure that you apply copper. This is to help in ensuring that the tree does not pick any infection through the open wounds. So here's my team doing the harvesting, and we are glad that we are still able to harvest some fruits. Use buckets. Yeah, so here you go. And it takes time. You have to get used to this job of harvesting. And you also notice that as the tree grows taller and taller, the challenge of harvesting, especially if you're vertically challenged, increases. So thank you so much. Thank you for your time. And please keep it here, share this video, subscribe, and leave us a comment. Asante.